shit together. I don't even know what we're doing for the show.
Of course you gotta get your shit together.
I don't even
Wait, what do you
know.
mean? You don't have your shit together right now? There's a show. It's happening right now. We're live.
It's just he springs it on me because he doesn't tell me like, hey, 5 minutes,
who's
2
he?
minutes.
That's not true at all.
This omnipotent.
Does he not know that this happens? It's every day, right?
It is every day, and I feel like. Have you seen the movie Groundhog's Day?
I have, yeah.
It was remade into a great
Okay,
movie
keep
called
it
Happy
down
Death
just a
Day,
little bit, just a
which
little
I
bit.
didn't see.
I hear it's not so
Pan down
good.
a little bit.
Just so you know.
It can't possibly.
I hear it's not
It's
so
no
good.
Groundhog's Day.
Perfect.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kind of Funny Morning Show for Thursday. Is it Thursday, October 26th? Are we in the right day?
Yeah,
I
it's
took
Thursday.
yesterday off, kind of,
No, it's
so I
Thursday.
don't know what's going
You're
on.
right, you're
You
right.
said you were working from home.
I was working from home. But boy, we all know what working from home really means.
No.
No, it means you're working from home.
You are all full of shit.
That's not true. I took
You
a
go
vacation.
home-
I took a vacation last week, and I had to work from home.
Yeah.
Well,
no.
on vacation.
No. What happened was I ran a bunch of errands. I did do some work, but there was some pantsless time where I was just in my underwear.
Oh, no,
You
yeah,
can-
no, you're allowed to not wear pants.
Yeah, you
when you're
can work
working
without
from home.
pants on.
Okay, so
You've
that's
done
still
that here
counting as
before.
when you're putting the work in. That's work. It's still work.
Don't.
I mean,
that
typing is how I type like this.
Right.
Oh, so he's jerking
Just
off.
banging on the desk.
No, I just. God
You
damn
just-
it! Why doesn't this work?
All you're doing.
Working from home, watching Biodome for the 4th time.
Why can't I remember my Citibank login?
Do you love
know?
Biodome?
I fucking love Biodome. I'm a huge Pauly Shore fan. My goal in life is to get Pauly Shore on this podcast.
Once I was driving in
Simple
front of
goals.
Pauly Shore. He was in a Prius behind me, and I saw him.
This is Bruce from Funhouse, by the
I
way.
know.
Welcome in.
Thanks for having me. And I tried to Snapchat a picture of Pauly Shore in my rearview mirror. And
I love that. This is what I love most about that story, is that Pauly Shore ranks so little on your list that you, instead of getting a picture that would stay permanently, you're like, Snapchat. This is not
It
worth
didn't matter.
This is not worth Instagram. This is worth the Instagram stories.
It didn't matter.
I don't want Pauly Shore cluttering up my.
Needless to say, I don't know how
feet.
many people saw the picture, but I think after that it was famous. I think it was official. that I was famous.
I think it's fair to say that you are a lot more famous than Pauly Shore.
No,
at
I don't
this
think
point.
that. Is that fair to say? Should we check to his Twitter?
We can check his Twitter, but I don't think. I think you have way more
Is that
fame.
the
At
gauge
least
of
social
fame?
media wise, I think it's hard to gauge fame.
I would agree.
Because
would agree.
I don't think that necessarily your Twitter following is indicative of how
Bruce.
famous you are in every industry.
We're gonna put it on the poll, on the Kind of Funny poll. Is Bruce more famous than Pauly Shore?
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
That seems
I
negative.
hope that I lose. I'm going to be honest with you. I hope that I lose.
Twitter, yeah.
Because Pauly Shore. All right,
No,
well,
do it this way. Who would you rather drive behind? Pauly Shore or Bruce? Or Bruce Greene.
He's got 85,000
Can we do that? That's
followers,
fine.
Yes.
and
It's not
I'm
that
almost
many.
to 250.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
so
you're
the
more
thing is
famous
this
than
though,
me.
like I think Pauly Shore has pretty good name recognition with
That's a
old
great
people
band.
like me. But obviously you're cutting edge. We were just talking about this before.
am I
Well,
cutting edge?
Well, I was talking about the
I am
Eagles.
old,
and I was talking about an old Eagles concert, and you were like, Nick, when did that happen? And I was like, probably 98. And you're like, you're an old motherfucker.
That's true. I'm old.
You are.
I'm calling you old, and
Are
you're
you
old.
older than me? Who's older than me? I'm 37.
I'm 36.
Yeah, I'm older than everyone. I fucking hate being the older. The problem is every once in a while, my back goes out, and oh, son of a bitch, it's
Wait,
a month of Kevin making
But
fun of me.
hold on. Why does
For
your
fun.
back go out? That's the real question. Why does
Because he
your back?
fucking rolls in MMA. That's why.
Oh,
true.
all right. Well, that's cool.
Yeah. No. Well,
That's
here's
cool.
here's
But
what happened. Here's
Bruce,
really why
He-
the back goes
Wait,
out.
hold on. He refuses to go home when his back goes out because he still tries to work.
Yeah.
work.
And it just slowly gets worse, and eventually he's just crawling down the hallway.
Kevin found me on the. I was laying in the hallway. You've been in the office now. Between the two office areas, just by the bathroom, and Kevin's like, "Do you want help?" And I was like,
No.
no." And then
Nick,
eventually
that's
I
not
was
what
like,
happened. I just walked
I need
away
help.
because
I
I
was
knew
like,
it was.
Kevin, I need you to come. I think Cool Greg had to pick me up and put me in a chair.
Like 4 minutes went by, and I turned around because you know my desk, like, in relation to the hallway, and I turned around 4 minutes later, and he was still on all fours. I was like, man, this is bad. And then I turned back around, and then I see him crawling backwards towards his office.
It's so sad.
It felt right. What had happened was
Well, you need some Bengay or
this is
something.
what always happens. So I'm not in great shape, but I do work out and I do go.
That's good shape.
It's decent enough shape. But what inevitably happens is I go home after like a hard workout. You know, we'll do legs or whatever, and you should stretch. But instead of stretching, I go home and I sit on my couch and I put my feet up and I play video games for 5 hours. And then the next day I'm like, my back
Don't do that.
is very strained. I know. And my wife every time goes,
I know.
don't sit like that. And I go, I know.
Sit up straight.
Yeah, I know. But that's not as fun as leaning back,
That's
right?
true, it's not.
And so even
You're right
right
about
now,
that.
I just played 18 hours of South Park, and that same muscle in my back is like, dude, we've talked about this before. I'm about to go out on you.
You're too old. You're too
I
old,
just need
man.
no. What I need to do is more. I need to do instead of playing games. I need to do yoga. That's what I need to
put
do.
you out your misery.
No, you can do both. Do yoga and then also play games, but sit like this when you're playing
I
the game.
can't sit like that. I don't have good posture like
Get a
you.
good chair. Your sofa's
I got a
too
comfy
relaxed.
couch, bro. We
It's
call it the
too
island.
relaxed.
Once I'm on the island, it's like lost. I'm like, I gotta go back.
Wait,
I gotta
who's
go
we?
back.
Who's we? Oh yeah, you guys call it that. I know that you're married, Nick. Yes, I'm aware.
Kevin's a married man.
Hey!
Keep forgetting about that.
I
See, the
know,
ring on, I was like,
I don't
wait.
forget. I know all about that.
Never forget, dude.
I never
Just like
forget.
9/11.
Wow, a 9/11 joke. We talked about making some other jokes today, but I was not expecting a 9/11 joke. You're so
People
anti-America.
are like, oh, Kind of Funny's not edgy anymore. Bro, we're so edgy.
Wait, people are saying you guys aren't edgy?
We're
They're just
definitely
like-
not edgy. We're not edgy compared to you guys.
Yeah.
Are we edgy?
Oh fuck yeah, you guys are edgy. You guys
Really?
are way. It goes. Achievement
are
Hunter is
cool,
the
man.
most edgy because they're mildly racist.
They are mildly racist. I
You
would agree.
guys are edgy because you're like clever LA edgy. We're like soft pudding. We don't have any soft edges. We're like a kid's Play-Doh that you can kind of roll and poke in your eye, but at the same time, it's because we're gonna.
But that's why I love you guys, because I can touch all of you, and you're so soft and like I can hug you and stuff.
Yeah.
I love that.
You know,
Well, it's just because I don't
love
work
that.
out either.
You do push-ups.
Well, being like super.
Stop drinking out of my fucking Hermione mug.
Being super
Son of a bitch.
Being super edgy is something I aspire to be someday. So like, hopefully one day I can get there, and just with a lot of hard work, if the right people pass my name
We
along.
get it.
Nick,
You want to work for Funhouse.
what?
Ooh.
Wait, oh yeah, by the way, you're not working for Funhouse. I'm just
Thank
so
you.
I'm just so you know.
Can you please
Well,
destroy his
yeah,
dreams?
no, just so you
know
know.
why? And it's because he's creepy when
Hypothetically.
Rahul comes over.
Like
That's the
metaphorically.
problem.
What?
Is when Rahul is here,
Oh yeah.
he just gets all fucking weird, right?
Why?
He gets all creepy weird, like he
Why do
wants
you get
to.
weird about Rahul?
I don't get weird. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean,
I won't work at Funhouse like metaphorically, sort of thing. is
No,
what
no,
he's
you're never gonna. Not metaphorically either. So not
what
literally or metaphorically.
What you think he's saying
You're not
is
working for Funhouse.
it's not work when you're having fun.
Hypothetically,
Yeah,
no.
exactly.
Yeah,
No, no,
I
no.
understand that, and I'll be honest with you. I've thought about applying for Funhouse before. They make great shows.
Nick,
They have
we
huge
would
followings.
consider Nick.
Yeah.
We can only consider him. Though.
Yeah, because
Only
I kind of
consider.
work out. So you have to have arms.
That's not why.
work there.
That's not why. at all.
Everyone's
those are
jacked.
the
Up. Even
main-
Elise is
You
like,
don't-
wow.
Elise is pretty jacked, but
She's
you don't.
jacked.
You don't have to be jacked to work at Funhouse. You just.
I've heard it both ways.
You guys just have to be funny. That's all.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
it.
that's.
That's all.
What is this shirt you're wearing?
halfway there.
What are you wearing?
It's a res shirt.
This is a Lawrence shirt. Lawrence has this exact shirt.
See when I do that.
Yeah. Fucking keep
See?
doing that.
See
Ew.
how it fucking does that?
Woo!
Oh, I do like that.
What do you think about
I
that?
do like that.
I don't like that at all.
That's stirring things. Remember the Kevin Bacon film Stir of Echoes?
I do remember that film.
That's what
I never saw it.
I know it
don't.
did. Sadly, I read an article recently that he was like, Sixth Sense fucked us. Because apparently they came out kind of around the same time, and everyone's like,
Was it the same concept or?
it's similar concept where he sees dead people.
Got it.
Like that was the Stir of Echoes or whatever, and he solves like I think his daughter's murder or something like that
Yeah.
way.
When did
But
Kevin
everyone's
Bacon
like,
die?
how fucking dare you, sir?
You know who I love
Kevin
so much?
Bacon's still alive.
I love Kevin Bacon. I love him.
Me too. I
He
just
seems
wish-
like the
I wish
coolest.
He was still with us.
He's still alive.
God damn you, sir.
He was on a show.
I'm thinking John Candy.
John Candy died a while.
He died like 30 years ago.
John, I understand what your the thought process, because when you have like candied bacon, it's very good.
They're both edible.
They're both very good.
Guys, no, don't
Very-
give him that credit.
I gotta
Don't give him that credit.
work
Thank
with,
you, Nick.
Bruce, I gotta work with what I got. You know what I mean? Like this is all I have, so I have to make it work, or else I want to go home and put a fucking bullet between my teeth.
No wonder you played South Park for 18
Oh
hours.
God. You played South Park yet?
No, I fucking love South Park.
It's
though.
really good.
I'm
I
actually
like
just trying to
this.
catch up with the show right now.
Oh, really?
That's airing week to week as well. So
I'll be honest, I haven't watched the show in a while, and there's
you
some,
gotta watch the show,
there's
man.
some of the jokes that don't work for me in the game because of it. Like there's a bunch of shit I'm like, I don't get that joke, but for the
Oh,
most
yeah.
part, it's like watching 3 episodes. It's so fun.
oh gosh,
It's fun.
I should play because I love the show. So I've been watching the show. The show's great every single week, and also they push the limits of comedy every single week.
They are
Every single week.
They are one of those groups that I think, all kidding aside, has done so much for like freedom of speech.
Absolutely.
That you can't when we look back, we're going to count them amongst like the pantheon of people like
Yep.
Saturday Night Live and
Yes.
those places that have pushed that and pushed back when society's like, you can't do that. We're like, well, we're gonna fucking try to do that.
Well, there are a few shows that I aspire personally to be like with Funhouse, and South Park is one of them. Veep is another.
Veep is
Veep is consistently one of
the last season though wasn't it?
Really? Oh, I love the last season.
It just went really dark. I'm like, this is really
But that
depressing
was-
to watch.
that's what's so
I
great
totally
about
get
it.
it. I totally get it.
Again-
but I like it when they're just kidding themselves about her getting the office, and now it's so obvious she's not going to go back. You're like, oh, this is just kind of sad.
That's why I like it.
It's
But
sad.
either way, yeah, those are the shows that we like. I kind
Are
of
you a big
aspire
Curb
to
Your
be.
Enthusiasm fan?
So here's the thing: I'm not. I should be because I love Seinfeld. I watched
Yeah.
Seinfeld back to front 100 times. I just haven't gotten in on that bandwagon yet. I will.
I bet you'll love it.
I'm sure I will because I love Larry David. So.
So I interrupted you. So there's
I
two.
know.
There are a few shows you aspire to be. So Veep,
Well,
South Park.
Veep and South Park, I think, are the newest shows right now that have. I see things that I'm like, whoa, like I can't believe put that on HBO or television or whatever else, especially South Park. And that just makes me excited because the stuff that we do at Funhouse occasionally can be a little edgy and not necessarily on purpose, just sort of where our minds go.
Yeah, you guys push it a little bit.
And we push it a little bit, and I'm always like, oh man, was that too far? Blah, blah, blah. And I'll go watch South Park and be like, that wasn't too far. They went much further, and they're on television. So.
The thing about South Park that I like, and it's the same thing that I've always admired about SNL, is that they try to do it with a level of intelligence and wit.
Absolutely,
that adds layers.
Well, it has
to
be
it,
funny.
Right? Yeah, it has to be funny. That's but it has to be clever.
That's the first rule of Funhouse is that if the joke isn't funny, we're going to cut it, regardless if it's edgy or not.
See, we just go. Let's just do something. It doesn't matter if it's funny. Let's just get it out onto the table and see if it sticks. You know what I mean, Andy?
I mean, we're at like 220 million subs right now on YouTube.
That's a lot of subs.
Yeah, dude, no, it's 220,000.
Joey has a question.
1,000.
Yes, Joey.
Very important question.
Yeah. Are we still live? I don't know. We are?
Yeah.
Good.
No, this is just a question. What do you guys want to do for lunch today? Because we're ordering it in.
Ooh, that's a great question.
Oh, you're ordering in? What do you
have any
guys?
dietary restrictions?
Not necessarily. I mean, like, I'm not a big gluten fan. But I know. Look, I'll eat gluten if you want me to.
Wait, boo. Kevin, you went on a low-carb diet and lost a ton of weight. And quote said, Nick, this is great. Thank you for inspiring me. Thank you for showing me the way of how to do things.
Bruce eats blocks of steel.
I think I actually did, Joey. I think I actually
did. Hey, thanks, Andy. I appreciate that.
You got me water.
I really appreciate that.
No, I keep Andy told me. Andy fucking said I got
Is there Mexican food? What are your suggestions?
We could do Mexican food.
Which Mexican food?
We could do.
I love Mexican food.
We could order Dos Charros and just go pick it up if you wanted to.
Dos
Wait,
Charros suck.
he doesn't want.
Or pick a place.
Dos Charros doesn't suck.
I mean, it's not great, but there's no place around here.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
The problem is we have a lot of options around here, but they're
That's
like
great.
80% B plus options.
Oh, gotcha.
They're not.
How did you feel about Lisa's?
Olive Garden.
I love it, but is it too far to
Chipotle.
order?
Lisa's too far to order. Yeah, for
I eat
sure.
Chipotle like 6 times a week.
I
That's
love
not a joke.
Lisa's.
Yeah, so do we.
used to as
We
well.
can get Chipotle if you want.
We just got over Chipotle.
If you're over Chipotle, don't go to it. Yeah, don't go to it.
Well,
Our
we could
new
do
thing
poke
is-
bowls too.
Yeah,
You
our
like
new
poke
thing is the
bowls?
poke
Sure. Yeah.
No, see that
You get
reaction
the
right
what?
there.
I'll eat poke bowls.
Chipotle.
No, don't do that. Don't kill yourselves on Chipotle.
No.
I eat it all the fucking time.
We don't mind Chipotle. If you want Chipotle, we can get Chipotle. If you rather,
I don't want it.
I'm gonna put 3 options out.
No, fuck
Okay, good.
I don't want it. I want.
never eat that. I hate it.
What did you say?
Let's
Dos
do
Charros?
Dos Charros.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it's good. It's
Kevin,
better
are
Mexican
you
food.
all right with that, Kevin?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
I apologize.
No,
No,
it's not
don't
your fault.
apologize.
It's not
Don't
your
ever
fault.
Don't you
apologize.
ever
Kevin.
apologize to us, Bruce Greene.
Oh, why?
Don't you dare.
If I do something bad, I should apologize.
No, you don't have
He's
to.
just trying to get hired, Bruce.
Who is? Andy? I told you he's not hired.
Andy's a smart guy though. He
Yes.
likes to network.
Right.
No, not yet. There's just nothing.
What the fuck is going on?
I mean,
There's nothing after that sentence. You are not hired.
Yeah.
That's it, period.
I love you though. I'd hire you. You're a beautiful son of a
You
bitch.
did hire him.
Oh, I did? That was a mistake. Oh man, working from home all the fucking time. Well, if you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Kind of Funny morning show where each and every day we come to you live on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames with fun guests and news stories and basically just shenanigans. At this point, it used to be a news show. It used to be a news podcast where we used to say, this will be the nerdy news you need to know. But they took all the fun news and put it in Kind of Funny Games Daily. So now we talk entertainment news, which
I
is
love
like, we're like second-class citizens here. We talk
What?
movie news. I know.
Entertainment news is the best.
Everyone always is like, oh, Thor, you don't want to talk about. I'm like, I fucking love Thor.
Are you kidding? I can't wait for Thor.
So we're gonna get into some stories in a second, but I have to give you guys the spiel. Of course, if you don't want to watch live with us, like so many of you are doing right now, we put this up on YouTube later. Go over there, like, comment, share, all that jazz. But if watching things is not your thing and you want to just listen to stuff, we also put this on podcast services. Of course, if you're watching live with us and you want to interact on a super friend level, you want to be one of the chosen few, you can subscribe to our Twitch
Is that
channel.
what you call them, the chosen few?
I call them the chosen few.
I like that.
Well, there's 2 classes of people that watch our content.
Oh, jeez.
There are the
You
norms.
should be dividing up
There are
the classes.
I don't like to create class wars, but there are the norms, and there are the chosen few. Now, I was in the Twitch chat yesterday because I was working from home,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
and I logged in with my personal account, and a lot of people were like, hey, surprising that you're not even a subscriber to your own channel. And I was like, that is surprising and very embarrassing. And then I was like, should I fix it? No, because I'm here making the content.
Yeah.
And normally
You
I log in
have
with the Kind of
Amazon
Funny.
Prime.
I do.
So you have a free subscription.
Yeah, you tell everyone to do it.
You have a
I do.
So
It's
you
sad.
You could just hand it. You could hand it over to
I
Kind of
could
Funny.
literally do
doesn't-
that.
It doesn't have to be sad. You can just fix it right now on
I
air.
could.
You can do it
I
right now
absolutely
on
could.
your
You can
computer
show
if you
everyone
want.
how
I don't know.
easy it is.
I have to have it. Here's the thing. If every one of you out there that's a sub right now resubs on Amazon Prime, I'll become a sub to our channel.
What? Everybody?
Whatever. If it's up. If
There
it's,
are a
if it's
lot.
up for
That's, you
renewal.
got a lot of subs, don't
We do
you?
have a lot of subs, and it's great. And even though I'm being a lazy ass right now, those of you out there that have used your Amazon Prime, which you get 1 free Twitch Prime subscription
do, yeah.
with, You guys are fucking awesome. All kidding aside, you are the chosen few, and you're better than everyone.
Better than you, even.
Better than me, even.
Yeah.
You're literally better than me.
Yeah.
Okay, housekeeping. Let's go into a couple things. The Kind of Funny Games daily shirt is up. Kevin, can we bring this up? We've beat you guys over the head with it, but look at how good Tim looks in these pictures.
Oh, look at that big smile.
Whoever the photographer is that took this kind of makes Tim look like he's in, one of those like really well-produced porns?
Yes.
Yeah. Like where you go to some like the Herge art or
The what?
Stop.
it's like where
The
like
Herge art?
There's like those sites that you can't even pronounce that make porn movies, and you're like, oh, this is kind of art.
Oh, I see
But then
what
you see like it's beautiful music at first, and then you're like, oh, I'm really getting into this, and then they just decide, like the editor just decided to stop the music, and it's just you're like, there's nothing pretty about sex.
No.
There's nothing.
Well, wait, hold on a minute. What about making love?
I don't do that.
Oh, you
don't.
only have sex.
Come on, son.
You only
I've been
fuck.
married for 5 years. We
That's-
get in, we get out.
There's but there's got to be love in there somewhere, right?
Oh, there's a mutual, thing. Look at this. This is my favorite picture. Tim looks great in this. I love this. Looks like an American Apparel ad where like you scroll down and he's wearing a fishnet dick holder or whatever, and it's like
fishnet
this might be
dick holder,
pornography.
Somebody
and
needs to
it's
tell Tim. I'm gonna be honest with you right now, guys.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to tell Tim to stop doing this. Stop doing the horns.
Oh, you gotta take that shit outside.
You know what's
I
funny
know,
is
I know. You gotta stop doing the horns. That was
You
like
don't understand.
1996.
You're
We're way
entering-
past the horns.
So
now.
we've evolved the horn.
Okay, I'm all right with
No,
this.
see, that's the one everyone wants him to stop
I'm all right
doing
with
because he
this.
always does the point, and everyone's like, stop.
This
doing
is
the
cool.
point.
I see. Tim makes the point look really good.
Now, Cool Greg does the Spider-Man. How do you feel about this?
This is not so bad. Also, I've been noticing people are starting to do the hang loose.
Hang loose is cool.
Hang loose is
in the
back.
day.
It's
Yeah.
back.
You and I remember that from the 80s.
Yeah, but the horns are.
Hook 'em horn, you gotta stop.
Yeah.
I had a buddy of mine from Texas. I won't name his name, but it's Ty Root, and he would always be like, he would get super excited, and the Texas would come out. He'd be like, yeah, woo, and he would do the hook 'em horns.
Okay.
like hook 'em horns, and I was like, what does that mean?
So that's more appropriate though because they're the Longhorns,
Longhorns,
right?
yeah, I guess.
But the rock symbol or
Sports.
whatever, I feel like that's.
What if
kinda-
you're really into like metal?
If is Tim really into metal?
Well,
though?
this is Satan, right? This is like the devil.
Yeah, it's the devil.
You're like, hey, it's fucking sign of the Dark Lord.
It fights the evil eye.
But
So
it's,
you give me the evil eye, I give it back to you. See that? Nick, give me the evil eye.
Oh shit! You know what
bought that
Italians do? They can do this shit. They'll do that.
Yeah.
Very weird.
What is
fucking. It's like a curse on you.
Well,
on
is
some
this-
stupid
this
shit.
thing, yeah.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, maybe they do that too. Maybe the Greeks do this. I can't remember.
The Peruvians
The Greeks
do
and the
this.
Italians are very close.
They do this.
So would they do this with the dick through the hole?
Yeah. They say you got a little
yeah,
dick.
yeah, this thing.
You got a little dick.
I kind of like this.
Yeah. No.
My question is, how do they know? How do they know?
Well, oh, two on each side,
Yeah.
like
Those
this.
are the balls. Those are the balls. And
The
then
balls
it's your
and the
baby
dick.
dick.
Oh, I got two
Oh,
dicks.
this is your micro penis. Got
Yeah.
it.
God,
Okay.
we have fun on this show.
I like this
See,
show.
people who aren't watching the show, super missing out right now. People who are watching and didn't subscribe, love you, Norms.
You know, you
Love
realize
guys.
you're not talking to anybody when you say people who are not watching the show.
No, because here's what they do.
not- 'cause you're not
Everyone
watching.
out there has a friend named Jim, right? You know a guy named James? I know a guy named James.
I do,
right?
yeah.
Everyone has a friend named James.
Yeah.
Tell your boy James, Bruce from Funhouse and Nick from Kind of Funny were talking about him today on the show. And he's fucking missing out. He's fucking up if he doesn't watch the show.
That's actually a really good point. You should do that.
He
Do it.
does this every day.
I do it every day.
He did it
I
like
just
2
pick a
days
different
ago.
name.
and
Oh,
it's,
man.
I only have 3
Yeah.
sticks. And this is one of them. You just saw one of them.
How
many
long have you
things
been
do
doing
you
the
keep?
show?
Like 2 months.
2 months.
No, how long have I been hosting this? Like 5 months, right?
I think it's been like
Has it been years?
a year and a half.
What day is today?
I don't know.
Let's go through the rest of the housekeeping, and then we're going to talk about Bruce and I are going to talk about Preacher. But I haven't seen the show, and he hasn't read the comic book.
I watched the whole show.
So we're going to come in.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that in a second. The animated show, of course, is live right now, starring
nice.
this is our Halloween
Life
episode.
to make money is play.
Where we had a good time with this. The shtick is, of course, Colin dressed up as Mega Man, and I also dressed up as Mega Man, and hilarity ensues.
I'm so glad that you guys are making the show.
Is
By the
that
way,
NFNA?
I love the style of this animation.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm.
We
a
have
huge
two,
fan of
yeah,
it.
we had 2 people working on it. Colin's brother Dagan is an amazing animator. He did this episode. And he's very like classical, like
Super cool.
hand-drawn animation, and so
Really,
he loves
really
doing this.
cool.
There's lots of Easter eggs and fun Easter eggs in this. Like there's a Karate Kid Easter egg and a bunch of other stuff later in the show. So we had a fun time with that. A lot of people calling attention to Tim's hat, which I didn't even notice the detail of the KF on it.
Oh, it's
Did
really
you see that?
cool.
Oh wow.
That's pretty cool.
Holy
yeah.
shit.
It looks like a man with his legs, holding a lantern.
It
Yeah.
does look like a man with his legs holding a lantern,
No,
and he's
you
right.
know what it looks like? It looks a little bit like a camel holding a lantern.
What?
I don't know.
Wait, a
I lost it halfway through there. I'm sorry. I lost it, guys.
Why
There's
did
nothing
you
there.
commit to it though?
There's nothing.
I
there.
mean, I gotta finish. You gotta finish strong, no matter what, Kev. Big
Dude,
old
that's
Kev
the
dog.
rule of comedy, man.
Finish strong.
If the
This
joke's not
instinct.
working, double down.
It's also the rule of your wife and your sex, right?
It is.
Finish strong.
Well, finish. We're very proud of ourselves
Finish
if
if
both
you
of us
can.
finish.
Jesus.
Not because
I can't wait to be married.
Not because we're not good at it. It's just because Bruce. Let me break it down to you. Just because it's you, me, and the probably
I
2,000
apologize
people
for
that watch
interrupting the
here.
housekeeping.
It's fine. It's everyone's
Still
seen
doing
this shirt.
housekeeping?
The extra life shirt. Bring it up. There it is. Go support the big fat beautiful kids. What do we call them? Sorry, the big kids, the big beautiful kids, the big beautiful
It
kids.
says those big, beautiful, not big, fat.
No.
Sorry,
I
break it down
apologize.
for me. I want to. Yeah.
The thing is, when you get married, the sex is good, but you do have a point where you go, hey, should we have sex or should we watch the latest episode of Law & Order SVU? And those are legitimate,
Yeah,
that's a legitimate moment where you have to look your wife in the eyes and she looks back at you and you both know that we'd rather watch Law & Order SVU.
Why can't you do both?
Because there's only so much effort,
You make eye
energy you
contact.
have, right?
Oh, that's true. Wait, hold on. Does it take the energy to watch a television show?
It takes a lot more than you think for SVU. It's a
Yeah.
very big emotional,
You're right.
you
You're right
know, you
about
put a
that.
lot of emotion into
I
that.
agree with you.
Someone's getting abused on that show.
Right.
And you have to care about it.
Okay. All right.
Okay. And Olivia on the show, Olivia Benson, the lead, will be like, oh no. And you're like, oh man, I feel for her.
Yeah.
I've watched so many
and you
episodes
use
of Law
that
and Order.
energy that you could have used in an orgasm.
Exactly.
I understand.
Plus, at one point, it's not that it takes energy to watch the show, it's just that neither of us have to put out energy.
Right.
And then at one point during sex, someone has to do some work.
Absolutely.
And it's generally, I don't want to say, I don't want
I
to,
already know where you're going with
I don't want to like
Nick, I
fucking
think
call out
we're
the
down
females
for-
in our audience at all, but you know, there is a disparity there.
What?
Where
Are you
guys
talking-
always have to do the
Don't
work.
just ignore him. We'll
Guys
get
have to do
past
the
it.
Nick, you
We're
can make it
almost done.
50-50, buddy.
Yeah.
You can try, but what is that on the top right corner
Just say
of that?
disparity.
That's a banana.
Why is it cut like a dick?
Yeah, it's a banana.
Clickbait.
Yeah, it's do it yourself fixes erectile dysfunction.
Well, we all know who that would have gotten. I would have clicked on that.
Why?
Spoilers.
Yeah, immediately when you
Spoilers.
see a
So
dick,
it's
you
not
click
an
on
You're
it.
anime.
putting the blame on women when really it should be you.
I can't remember what I said. That sounds right.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Joey, does that sound right?
I have no idea what any of this was
See, Joey and I are cool because she doesn't rank on the monster list like you guys do.
I
You're-
rank super high. I'm really happy
What's
about
the,
that.
what's the monster list?
Yesterday,
funny because that whole video was my idea.
Yeah, but buying the chips was my idea.
Joey, you're a monster.
What, yeah, I want to know.
Yesterday, I stayed home from work to
Yeah,
take
you
care
already
of some
said that,
things.
yes.
Took my car in, was hung out pantsless in my house. It was hot. It's not a big deal.
Sounds like you didn't work, but all right, yeah.
I did a moderate amount of work. I thought about working. I thought I should work. I didn't work. But yesterday I stayed home and these monsters were like, I've been asking Joey to get some Flaming Hot Cheetos in because I love it as a little treat, a little carby treat midday, boost up the energy.
Really bad for
and
you, but
it's
alright.
terrible. And she finally got them in, but they ate them all without me. And they made a video on Instagram about how they're like, hey, we miss you, Nick. We ate your fucking
They ate
favorite
them
treat.
all, every one of them?
They
How many
are-
bags were there?
No, that's not true. We
Ordered
bought 50
50
bags.
bags.
We ate
Oh, okay,
3
so
bags.
there plenty left over.
These fucking monsters ate all 50 bags. And so I was like, oh, what kind of friends would get your favorite treat when you're not here and eat them? Monsters, right?
Yeah.
So I ranked them. Top number one monster, of course, goes without saying, Greg Miller. He is a monster from the abyss. He has to be stopped.
I would agree, yeah.
Very close second. And one could argue first, and I'm sure you guys would agree, Kevin Coelho. Right?
Yeah,
Kevin
he's excited
terrorizes
about it, though.
Kevin terrorized
a lot of
Joey the
work.
other day so much that she was talking under her breath about him. And we did. You thought we didn't hear it, but we hear it. It's like,
Until-
fucking Kevin, I can't stand him. I can't stand him.
What?
He's the
Like a
worst.
daily occurrence.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Oh yeah.
a lot of opinions, guys.
Andy ranks mid-tier because Andy comes off like he's this sweet, innocent guy.
He's not.
But he fucking
100% not.
relishes.
I'm the black sheep.
You are the black.
No, you're the,
Yeah.
like,
I don't know if you're the black
Or
sheep.
no,
You're an instigator.
Or dark horse.
You're the dark horse, not a black sheep. Black sheep is
Why are they dark-colored animals? What's
because
going on?
people who wear dark clothes are assholes. That's why.
that's true, they're goth.
I'm the black asshole.
You are the black. You are the deep black.
you said
asshole.
that, not me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I need to be the bleached asshole.
Yes.
You know, honestly, we don't see we don't see color here. So whatever asshole color you want to be,
Okay.
is you can
Well,
be.
bleached asshole is, I mean, that's good, I think, right?
I think they're weird. When the asshole,
weird.
when that color matches the rest of you, I think it's weird. There has to be. You got to tell me at what point the Sarlacc pit starts.
Anybody bleach
Otherwise,
their
I'm scared it's gonna grab me and pull me in. You know, I gotta know. I gotta know the limits. I need boundaries and structure.
Did you hear what he
first.
just said?
Do
What did he
people
say?
bleach dicks?
They bleach dicks.
I don't think you're supposed to.
You
do that.
can't do that, man.
You can?
I don't think why would you bleach your dick? Also, that
Whoa.
would probably hurt.
You probably, if you can bleach your
Oh.
asshole, you can probably bleach your dick, right? Isn't your asshole pretty
Oh,
sensitive?
maybe.
I feel like just keep bleach anywhere away from my body. I don't need it.
Yeah. No, you
know?
don't need that shit at all.
Put it on my clothes where it belongs.
It's because I have, like, my dick is dark. Is what I'm saying.
How dark? Let me see.
Too.
It's
Oh,
just
you guys have
dark.
those dark.
What are you talking
Latin
about?
boy dicks.
That's because
Yeah.
there's a lot of blood in it. That's why it looks dark.
No, they have like that. You know how like normal dicks are pinkish and white?
No.
They have
Not
the weird.
normal, not
Not at all. No. Dicks don't even look like that on white people.
That's like how Crayola calls like the peach color skin color or whatever.
And everyone's like, yo, dude. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's a fair point.
Also, dicks on white people are not white.
Mine's kind of a perfect
too much.
color.
A perfect color?
Yeah, I don't know if you.
Mine's like a burnt sienna.
Where's your wife?
You're just a burnt sienna.
Burnt sienna, yeah.
What color is that?
Burnt sienna's like a
copper?
red.
Yeah, there's a lot of red.
Yeah, it's red.
It's very red.
Rosy red.
Burgundy.
I had a friend that had
Yeah.
really rosy red balls.
Ew.
Just the balls look like
Why
they
are you
have blush
seeing your
on them.
friend's balls?
Because I have a lot of friends that are really into like surprising you with like, hey, I'm holding my balls. Like, you know, like,
Oh, you
do you
ever do the
remember
bat
those
wing?
friends?
You do the bat
Oh,
wing?
I have a yeah.
Oh, there's the
I
bat
have-
one, yeah.
I have a buddy of mine. I'm not gonna call him out because I don't want to embarrass him. Back in the day, he used to, you know, when we all had roommates and stuff. I'd go over to my buddies' houses and I would be hanging out and I'd look over in the corner of my eyes and he would always find my peripherals. He would just be there, bent over like this, just fucking buck naked, just looking over his shoulder like a cat, like a scared cat that's preening.
I had a friend of mine, and this is really gross. We stole a roommate's phone, and we were like, "Oh, let's all like take stupid ass pictures on it." And my friend, of course, was like, "I'm gonna take a picture of my dick."
Yeah.
And he goes to the restroom. We're like, "Why is he taking so long?" He's like, "Well, I gotta get it like hard and make it look big." We're like,
What?
"Man."
No.
So he's fluffing himself in there?
Yeah.
This is
He's
the-
just jerking himself off and he's giving your friend a dick pic.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, he was just-
Yeah.
This is the thing I'm glad about.
He finished it.
I'm so glad that I'm married. I'm
He's
glad.
like, oh man, this is so funny.
It's like, it's like half hard because he's like, I got excited. I'm so glad I'm married for a number of reasons, not the least of which is I could not send dick pics. I can't do it.
What do you mean?
Because I'm so self-conscious
Send them
about.
to your wife.
She doesn't want to. Oh, she doesn't want them.
Oh, yeah,
She doesn't want to say that
that's
thing IRL.
That's
let
true,
alone
that's true. That's a good
well
point.
lit. She doesn't want a backlight on it. She doesn't care.
But what if you like put it
Get
in
the
front
job
of
done.
SVU or something?
Oh yeah.
Like,
That's-
the background.
Really twisted. I just want you to
Yeah.
know
Well, you
that.
just put your dick out of focus and SVU in focus,
She's the special victim
I
here.
think she would like that.
and then at that point she can picture both sex
might
and
get her.
SVU.
Yeah.
That might get her excited. All right, let's go into some news stories.
You're a special victim unit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh jeez.
I'm on fucking fire today, guys. I don't know.
Andy does this every morning
Just
where
riff it.
he doesn't want to be on camera. He just wants to stand right up there and be my guy. And
Well, that's
I love
because
it.
that's the easiest job.
It is.
The easiest job is this, which
Yeah.
is just shouting.
Trying to fly.
Here's Shoutcaster.
Yeah, you just shout from off screen because if you're not funny, nobody heard you.
Yeah.
And then if you are funny, we repeat your joke.
Yeah.
Great.
And we take credit for it.
Very good.
First news story for today.
What time,
What time is it? Let's quickly go through these just so we have something to headline this video. Deathstroke film in the works from the Raid's Gareth Evans. Last year, actually, I'm gonna open this up on here because my eyesight's not what it used to be. Last year it was revealed that True Blood star Joe Manganiello has been cast as the DC assassin and supervillain Slade Wilson, better known as Deathstroke for Ben Affleck's The Batman. His role came into question, however, when Affleck stepped down as director earlier this year, and Matt Reeves was hired, with Reeves starring from scratch on the script, and sparking rumors that Manganiello would no longer be part of the DCEU, which is just still the worst name possible. Well, The Wrap has now revealed that Manganiello is indeed still starring in the role, albeit in his own Deathstroke film with the Raid's Gareth Evans. The outlet claims that Evans was initially offered the director's chair for DC's supernatural team-up movie Justice League Dark, but passed on the offer and then impressed executives with a pitch for Deathstroke. Warner Brothers liked the pitch so much the studio decided to move forward with and keep Manganiello.
Manganiello?
Is that how you say it?
Joe Manganiello? What's his name?
Oh, right there. How do you pronounce that?
Yeah, Joe Manganiello.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll start doing it that way instead of slaughtering it. Who has been said to have also had a small part in Justice League before Joss Whedon took over in the role. What's your feeling? Where are you at with the whole DC universe right now? Do you like the movies, or are you like, fuck it, who cares?
Well, Wonder Woman, we were just talking about this last night, actually. The expectations for Wonder Woman were so low that when I saw Wonder Woman, I loved it. I saw it twice.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a really good movie. So, but beyond that, like Justice League, I'm obligated to see because I'm just like, fuck, like I want to watch Batman and Superman and Aquaman and do stuff, but I know it's going to be bad. That said, though, it might be good. Maybe they're punching it up right now. maybe Joss Whedon can inject a little magic into it.
I hope so.
And maybe they sort of learned from Wonder Woman and what works, what doesn't.
So will you care about a Deathstroke movie?
I will from Gareth Evans.
Okay.
Because
Did you like The Raid?
Because The Raid, I saw The Raid. I haven't seen The Raid 2 yet. I know it'll be good. Apparently, it's like a longer film with just like so much fighting. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be a good movie. Also, I'm excited that Gareth Evans is excited about Deathstroke.
Okay.
That he's pitching it. He's like, yo, I've got this other pitch. I'd rather do this movie. That's typically good when you have a visionary director who's excited about what he's doing.
We've seen success with that with movies like Logan, movies that are standoff. Like it started for me with the Wolverine, where James Mangold came in and was like, "I'm going to tell a one-off Wolverine story that's just kind of fun and over here.
Right.
It doesn't necessarily have to play in with the rest of the universe." I also think that with a character like Deathstroke, you can have more fun with it because there's a lot more leeway.
Yeah.
You can't really fuck with Batman right now.
No, you're right.
They're just like so here, but
You're
Deathstroke,
absolutely right.
you can go out and have fun. I am worried about the 2 Joker movies that are in development right now, but
Those
we'll see.
those aren't going to be good.
Are they in development or are they just rumored?
One of them, I think
one
they're
of them-
both in development. I think Scorsese's trying to do one, and then there's another one, right, with Jared Leto?
I'll look because I thought that there was another one with Jared Leto, Joker. That basically he was signed on for the part. I thought, and they're going to make it, and it's not going to be good.
While he's looking that up, Kevin, you want to bring this up? This is probably top news for today. This is the American Vandal Season 2 announcement.
Ready?
Yeah. Give
You
it to
can
me.
be born into the perfect family, the perfect school, the perfect life. But can you be born above the law?
I love this fucking show so much.
It's very good.
Did you watch the first season
I watched
of
the
American
first
Vandal?
season. It's very good.
I think that I'm excited about that. I'm very excited about that.
So American Vandal I watched because everybody's talking about how great it was. I liked it a lot. It's a lot like Making a Murderer, but more of a parody. It's not funny.
What?
I don't think it's funny. It's not laugh out loud funny.
No, it's not laugh out loud.
I
There
think
are
it
moments where I
has-
did laugh.
Anyway,
Yeah,
but
it's entertaining.
it is entertaining. And the more that
I'm
I
gonna
watch,
go on a limb and say that you hate this. You
no,
don't
I
like
don't.
this at all.
I watched I watched the whole season.
Okay.
Because I was told to by a lot of people. I enjoyed it. I thought it was very good.
Yeah.
But I was not as riveted as everybody was.
So when I say, hey, there's a season 2 coming, you just meh?
I don't know. I'm not sure yet.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I felt the same way about Stranger Things. I like Stranger Things.
Okay.
Watched the whole first season. Season 2, I'm kind of like, maybe I'll get to it.
They got me with the amazing trailer they cut when they used Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Yes.
Which was
No, yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
I will say on the Stranger Things front, and I've read a few reviews about it now, it sounds like season 1 and season 2 are oddly similar in that the first few episodes are a kind of throwaway. Which for me, I was like, I don't know. I wasn't really sold on Stranger Things until probably like episode 4, when really the upside down
No, it took a little
verse and
bit.
shit really started kicking in. I was like, because I'm like, I like the intrigue of it, but the kids,
Took a little bit.
that's a thing. I'm
I
like,
agree.
I gotta get into this.
Well, also they're capitalizing on your nostalgia.
Yes.
Which that's not anything for me. I don't give a fuck about nostalgia.
Oh, see, I love it, but at a certain point, I'm like, this whole. The problem with the first few episodes was I was like, oh, this is really cool. They've created this very nostalgic world. It's clearly the 80s.
Yep.
I love it. They're tugging the heartstrings of my childhood, or what I remember it being, which was terrible, but whatever. I remember the good parts of it. And I'm like, cool. And then after the first episode, I was like, okay, there has to be more to this. I
There
need
is.
more to the show
And there
than
is.
just those. And eventually it picks up.
Yeah.
My biggest problem with Netflix right now is that they feel the need to do 8 episodes of everything, and there's always 2 episodes of every show that are filler.
You can just throw
they
it out.
can throw that
yeah.
out, right?
I mean, like, that's the tension building, that's the exposition, that's what somebody would say.
Yes, but I think that like the BBC does a lot of episodes,
true.
a lot of shows that are 6 episodes,
you're right.
even 3 episodes, and you can still tell amazing stories there.
That's
I
fine.
feel like, especially with all the Marvel stuff that they're doing, there's always like I watched Defenders.
Yeah,
which is, like, where
I
all
haven't
them
watched
come
it yet.
together.
Is it good?
It's good. It is
Okay.
enjoyable.
All right.
It is fun because of the characters that you like in it. Like I like the Luke Cage character. I didn't care for the series, but I like the Luke Cage character. I like the Jessica Jones character. The Iron Fist character
Everybody
are
hates
the
Iron Fist.
episodes that
Everybody-
are terrible.
yeah.
They don't need to be there. That character could have
too
been
bad.
literally, I mean, it's kind of a main point of the whole fucking Defenders thing, but they could have cut his shit down a lot. I would have been okay with it. I'm watching Mindhunter right now.
I hear that's great too.
I don't know. I can't tell.
I
I'll
love
be honest
Fincher.
with you. You should watch it. I'd like to hear your opinion. on it.
I really like David Fincher, so I'm already kind of predisposed to like that. So
It's very weird though, because there's no story. It's just about the feeling and the sort of like awkward, like it's that Fincher style.
Yeah.
Where you're just kind of put out, like it's off-putting the entire time.
I like
You
it. It's like an awkward, weird.
And I don't know, I haven't gotten past episode 3.
Okay.
So I'm sure there might be an overarching story that happens at some point. But for right now, it's just them talking to the fucking serial killer, and it's just twisted. It's weird.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I would like to give it a shot. There's so much Netflix stuff now, in addition to actual television that's on, that I'm having a hard time catching up. It's great. I mean, like, I love it.
I wonder at what point, and I have to say, it's probably not our generation, or probably not even the millennials, but maybe the Gen Zers will be like, no, Netflix is television, and the other stuff is just weird old shit.
We're basically already there.
Already there, right?
Netflix, Hulu.
Because I want so badly to cut my cable, but I'm not an early adopter of things.
I'm not going to cut my cable because I have a DVR that will record everything week to week, and not everything is on Netflix or Hulu.
That's a good point.
So Riverdale is a good example of that.
You liking Riverdale?
It's okay. It's one of those.
That's what I hear from everyone. Everyone's like, you gotta watch Riverdale. I was like, is it good? It's okay.
Well, the CW show,
What the fuck?
they're all kind of throwaway shows. Riverdale's nice because it's only, I think, 12 episodes in a season, whereas like Arrow or Flash is like 22.
Oh, there's so many.
Holy shit. And like I've watched seasons of those shows, like 4 or 5 seasons. 4 seasons of Arrow, I think, or almost 5 now. And they're almost all throwaways. So it's literally you put the show on and you pull your phone up and you just start using your phone as the show is happening.
It's just
which is not
noise.
a television show in my opinion.
No.
That's not a real thing.
No, like that's like you contrast that with Westworld or even
Those
a show
are
like The
television
Walking
shows,
Dead where
yeah.
you're like, I am riveted by this, or Game of Thrones where you're like, I don't want, like, it just the hour passes by. Or I'll go out and say it, Ballers. I'll put that on the
Oh,
fucking
I haven't
table
watched
too.
Ballers. Okay.
Oh, did you like Entourage? Did you ever watch Entourage?
I
back in
did
the day?
not like Entourage.
Well, you're not gonna like Ballers.
Okay.
Because it is the exact same show, but take out making movies and put in making sports, and that's what it is.
I like The Rock.
Yeah, well, I mean, The Rock is phenomenal to watch. It's got a great supporting cast. Rob Corddry is like the sidekick,
he's
and
always
he's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he's always great.
That guy looks like he must be so much fun to party with. And it's a well-made show, but it's very much like, I'm gonna put this on, and like it's kind of
Whatever, that's fine. And
It's
if,
fun.
if that's what you want, that's
Yeah.
what you want. I don't think that's not the way I want to experience media.
Sometimes it is for me. Sometimes you just want to be.
It is.
You just want to tune in and tune out. you
Right,
know?
and get ready. Yeah, and I totally get it. A lot of the times, like I like going to the theaters because I like seeing movies in theaters versus watching them at home because I get distracted. I'd rather give a movie its due.
Yeah.
That's the way I feel about it. So like when I see Justice League, I'm going to go and watch Justice League.
You have to.
And be like, I'm going to watch all of these 2.5 hours of this garbage, and then walk out and be like, all right, I'm able to, get an opinion of this because I focused on it for 2.5 hours. So,
I think I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you on that. Speaking of Justice League, segue. Look at that, how professional I am. One of the first songs.
where are you going?
I'm just got to grab the vol on this because this is a musically inclined number. I'm just going to raise this up a little bit. We're very high tech
Don't
here.
raise it too much.
We're just very high tech here.
You got a
raise
remote
it too
control to
much.
control that television.
Yeah, we do. Justice League, original motion picture. Hero's Theme is out right now. We can listen to it. This is the
didn't know
first song
Danny
we've
Elfman.
heard by Danny Elfman, yeah.
I didn't know that.
I think originally it was, I want to say Hans Zimmer and Junkie XL
It was.
were doing them.
Well,
and
they did Man of Steel.
Yeah, I think they did.
I think they did Wonder
Justice
Woman, right?
League. Yeah, Wonder Woman. But I think Elfman came back in for this because Joss Whedon's like, yo, why
Really?
break it if it ain't fucking fixed?
Really
you know?
interesting. Okay.
Let's listen to it. Let's see what happens. Kevin played the song.
Start with like a low Jaws kind of feel to it.
It's a timpani.
It'll kick in here in a second.
Gal Gadot is so good looking, she's actually hard to look at.
It's almost impossible. I would agree.
It sounds very Danny Elfman. It's got those low strings, that low brass.
I feel like collectively as a society we've gotten over Danny Elfman's themes.
How dare you, sir?
Sorry. Again, that's your nostalgia speaking.
It's true.
It is. Hans Zimmer is the wave of the future and he's 90.
Hans Zimmer's the wave of like 10 years ago.
No way, dude. Did you watch Dunkirk?
Hey, scroll forward, Kev. Let's see if the song picks up at all.
Oh, here, it's getting.
Wait.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome, actually.
Okay.
Suck it, Hans Zimmer. Danny Elfman's back!
No, he's not back.
He's back, baby! This is fucking prime real estate right now.
That's not true.
Oh, this sounds like Batman, and I like it. I like it a lot. Yes! Yes, it fucking sounds like Batman, son.
Nostalgia.
No, it's not nostalgia. Here's what it is. I'm sure part of it is nostalgia, but the other part of it is, it is. But because they were like this, hey, what do people like about the DC movies? Oh, well, we like the Batman movies because they've been by far and away the only good things.
Have you forgotten about Dark Knight?
Cool. We like the Dark Knight. We got the fucking whatever.
Batman Begins, Dark Knight, Dark Knight Rises.
Let's go back. Basically, what I like about what's happening here is people are saying, let's go back to when it was good. You know, let's go back to when we nailed it in '89.
Back in 2005 when Batman Begins came out?
When Batman was Batman. When Batman didn't just run around in a bat suit, running around fucking Krav Maga-ing people.
When the Nolan trilogy made the other movies obsolete?
When one of the Nolan movies made the other movies obsolete. How dare you, sir? Let's not forget. Actually, I will argue that Batman Begins is the better of all three movies as far as a Batman movie.
A lot of people do.
Love Batman Begins. Yeah. Dark Knight, of course, phenomenal film.
Yeah. The greatest superhero movie ever made.
Ever made. Yeah. Then, of course, you know, everyone's got the red-headed stepchild.
Oh, shit.
You got Rises.
Dark Knight Rises?
You got Rises.
I think Dark Knight Rises is second in that trilogy. I think it's Dark Knight Rises, and I have loads of arguments about this. I ever want to get into it with you.
Well, we're doing a podcast later today, which, by the way, if you're a Patreon supporter, you can watch live. What, did we go down?
Yep.
Right.
Oh.
Don't know why.
Internet?
Yeah, something crapped
fuck,
out.
it happens like once every... Is someone uploading something?
No. OBS just shit the bed.
Okay.
Oh, that happens too.
Yeah.
Let's just bring it back. Are we still doing the local record or no?
We are, but...
We'll pick it back up. It's not a big deal. I know where I was at. I was about to pimp the podcast. About to make us some fucking Skrilla.
We're still recording.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
Are we still recording?
I think so.
Should we keep talking? I don't know what happens when this happens. Are we back yet?
I don't know. Give me a sec. It's trying to stop the stream.
Are we back yet in the chat? We can talk about this on the podcast.
I'll absolutely talk about it.
We can rank the three movies and talk about why. I think we've done this ad nauseum, but I don't care because I love breaking these down. I think standout role for me, Katie Holmes. Fantastic as Rachel Dawes. Right?
Every time you say something, I'm like, are you joking?
I don't even know anymore, Bruce.
That's a problem.
No, the thing is, I liked Katie Holmes in that role because I think that she did what she needed to do, which is just play like the fucking...
That was fine, yeah.
She needed to be the angel on his shoulder, right?
That was fine.
Maggie Gyllenhaal comes in. I just am not a huge fan of her. She's fucking off-putting.
She's kind of off-putting.
She's like...
She's weird looking.
Oh, it's weird?
Yeah,
kind of looking at you like this?
She's weird looking, but I think probably the better actress. Katie Holmes is a little easier to look at. But
oh, no, Maggie Gyllenhaal... There's no... Comparing, acting chops-wise, Maggie Gyllenhaal blows her away.
Yeah, I think so.
Katie Holmes is Katie Holmes.
But she's
Dawson's Creek.
just nothing. Yeah.
That's just the way it goes.
You also doing the show?
I think it's down.
We don't know. We don't know.
We're not sure if it's live or not.
All right, I think I'm going to have to stop.
Oh, do we really
That's
have
fine.
an issue?
Yeah,
I had no idea this was even happening.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
And then I'm going to need you to take your clothes off. Do you understand me? Bruce said that if you do it, he'll give you a job.
You're hired.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That might be a joke that's in poor taste
We're
right
live!
now. Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Hey, everyone, welcome back. Sorry about that. OBS shit the bed.
That might be a joke in poor taste. I didn't even think about that.
I didn't even think about that
Why would
either.
you say that?
That was... because I have
When we're live and
three
recording.
things that I think are funny, and they're all completely inappropriate.
Is it sex, drugs, rock and roll?
No, just sex and drugs and
Well,
sex.
what's the third?
Just
oh,
go
sex.
back to sex.
Sex, okay, yeah.
Yeah, there's different kinds of sex, Bruce. We don't all have to
There
be
are?
perfect like you. Welcome back, I think. Are we back? So people are saying, yeah, please remain calm. There's no need to panic. It says Amy. Everyone
everybody's
pick
saying
up
refresh.
The Mummy, Demaster. Welcome back to the Disaster Cast, everybody. Yeah, maybe we'll talk about that on the podcast today. I don't know. I don't know if you have a topic or not, but I have a feeling it's going to be free flow today.
I think it was, I forget, somebody had mentioned, Greg asked me last night about, and I said The Last Jedi. We can talk about Last Jedi.
Oh, we
too.
can definitely talk Last Jedi.
Whatever you want.
I'm scared about that. I'm scared about The Last Jedi.
As am I.
I don't really like what I'm seeing.
I'm
a little freaked out.
Also worried about it.
Yeah, I'm freaked out specific. We'll talk about this later.
Yeah.
Join us later if you guys are Patreon supporters. Of course, we love you. $1 above level. You get to watch the podcast live. I got it. I don't want you touching me. You're fucking sick. You're sick all the time.
I'm better.
No, you're not.
You're sick?
You're 100%
Dude, I'm
sick.
so bad. I mean, I'm fucking sick, bro. You know?
Is he really sick? Because I touched him earlier.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely sick.
No, I got better.
It's happening at 1:30 today. So it's going to be a little bit earlier today because I believe Bruce is coming on GOG, and then we're just putting him through the fucking car wash.
Let's
He's
do
going
it.
straight on
That's why I'm here.
Gamescast.
That's why I'm here.
So that's fantastic.
To talk.
While we're at that, we're actually really long in the show. Let's talk about Preacher for a few seconds, then we'll go into talking to the chat a little bit, hanging out with them, and then we'll give you a little bit of a break. Yeah, let's cut him, unfortunately.
Oh, you're cutting Corey Feldman?
Do you want to talk about Corey Feldman?
I don't care.
It's already 11:53.
Yeah,
It's mainly for you.
It's 11:46. Your stupid Android phone's wrong.
You're right.
No, let's go.
This phone isn't active. I dropped my Pixel in the shower.
Oh.
And they sent me a replacement, so I just have a phone for Wi-Fi right now.
And your clock is wrong on the phone somehow?
Apparently.
Well, this is like an old Galaxy S6.
It's an Android.
I haven't used it in ages.
That doesn't make any sense though.
It's you know that iPhones are for girls, right, Nick?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's why I
that's the
keep.
thing I said years ago.
Android
That's why. That's why I keep him around.
That's the thing I
keep
said
him
years
around,
ago,
man.
and I'm still going with it.
Look, you gotta use every advantage in life if you want to get ahead. You know what I mean?
Okay, what's the advantage?
Well, it's like, you know how like when like pedophiles have vans with candy in them.
Walk away. Walk away.
Walk away
Wait.
from this.
No, that's
Don't
not an
talk about
advantage.
this?
That's not an advantage, though, Nick.
So let's talk about Preacher, Bruce.
It's like a power play in hockey sort of thing.
It is. Thank you.
There we go. That's better. Power play and hockey.
Did you get a lot of shit for your comment about iPhones for girls? Is that like...
No, I've been saying that for years.
Oh, okay.
I repeat it over and over and over.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk Preacher now, or do we want to tell Greg to be a fucking man and do his homework for once? That's my question to you in the chat.
Well, he didn't read it.
Homework?
I did it. I read the first volume, man. Motherfuck, it's long. Yeah, it's really long.
It's good though, right?
It's great.
I hear it's amazing.
So we'll talk Preacher because Greg's such fucking like, hang on my wife and cook food and fucking take care of my dog's animatronic legs.
Oh
He got robot legs.
My dog's half robot at this point.
no.
I read Preacher a long time ago.
Okay.
Probably about 10 years ago at this point. And I remember loving it. So it's fascinating. This is the first comic book I've gone, or graphic novel I should say, that I've gone back and reread later. And I was a little trepidatious about it at first because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this one. I recommend it to everyone, but I haven't read this in years. It could be shit for all I know by today's standards. I'm happy to report I went back and I read the first volume, and I'm like, oh right, this is really fucked up and awesome.
I've heard it's one of the best ever.
I
of all time.
personally think, I mean, it is a little dated at this point.
Sure.
But it was also dated when I read it, so I guess
When was it written?
Nobody knows.
Nobody
Kevin,
knows.
can you look
I think
that
just
up?
Google
Looking
it.
into it.
because I feel like the characters are supposed to be in either the late 80s or early 90s.
Because I thought it was written like mid-90s?
I want to say mid 90s because there's like a Batman shirt that he wears at one point. And the style of it is very much 90s.
The old style Batman.
Yeah.
95.
95.
There we go. Yeah.
So that makes sense. And like all the characters are in that era. You can tell they're in that era. Even a lot of the references are to that era as well. But I still think it holds up. And what I think it holds up in is twofold. One, it's very twisted.
Yeah.
So when you say, is it going to go there? It goes there.
Which is awesome.
And it goes there in such a way that when they announced they were doing an AMC show, my first thought was, no fucking way.
That's what everybody else
There's
said.
no fucking way they can do that show. They'd have a hard time doing this show on HBO or Netflix.
Really?
They do some fucked up shit.
I think, because I've read this before, you actually recommended to me, and then I believe you gave me the
Yeah, I
first
gave you
three
a couple volumes, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a little too gratuitous, and it's just like, it does it just to be like, look at all the shit that we're saying.
like how shocking they are. Yeah.
That is one thing that I've noticed going back and reading it, as I was like, oh, a lot of the language and stuff, it's not nuanced in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
There are characters that are written, you're like, oh, I'm supposed to hate this character.
Yeah.
And then, of course, something terrible happens to that character, and you're like, I get it.
Aren't there characters that are like, these are characters that are child of incest, and they're like wildly deformed?
That is a huge spoiler, so we're not going to talk about
Spoiler
that.
alert, Kevin.
Yeah, don't talk about that. That's a huge part of it. Later.
Look
It's
at
not in this
He's
book.
looking around, he's like, what? What? I don't understand. What do I do?
Stunned.
Don't worry. You didn't spoil anything yet, but you're getting close to it.
Don't spoil it.
So let's not go.
There might
that
be a
far.
season
Because
3.
for volume 1, that's not.
There might be a
not part of
season
that.
3.
It's not part of
Yeah,
this.
and there are a lot of cool things that happen. We're like, whoa, I want to see how this develops.
Largely, obviously, for a story called Preacher. I don't know. I want to dive into sort of what the show's about with you for a second.
Yeah.
But in the comic book, it's about a kind of war that's happening between heaven and hell.
Holy war, yeah.
And how it paints, like they have a great line in the comic book where he's like, oh, so it's about good and evil. And he goes, it's not as clean cut as that.
Right.
Right? Because a lot of the people in heaven, a lot of the archangels and the angels are just terrible, terrible beings.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. We have, don't pay attention. Don't know.
That's X-Men.
That's X-Men.
Don't pay him any mind. We've had the Spider-Man problem for a while. We're trying to bring someone out to take care of it.
Does that mean we're supposed to like wrap up or something? Is
I think that's what he wants us to do.
It doesn't mean
but-
anything
this,
at all.
it means nothing? This is what he does?
You know
Just here to
what's,
serve and protect, sir. Don't worry about me.
that's what cops say.
Yeah, that's
Just checking on to see. That's what Spider-Man does too.
Can I ask Spider-Man a question?
Sure can.
Would it be possible for Spider-Man to give me a rendition of the Andy song again? Is that too much to ask?
No, it is. You gotta go to. My friend Greg Miller took those photos, put them up, those videos. You should go give him the view on his
Spider-Man, you ever notice there's 2 holes there for your nostrils?
Spider-Man has to breathe.
It's a weird outfit choice.
Not a very good
He
mask.
looks like Spider Pig now.
Not a very good mask, yeah.
No, well, you know.
I saw your friend Greg Miller's tweet yesterday about the Andy song, and a couple people gave him feedback that song was way catchier and way better than it had any business being, and I wholeheartedly agree. So much so that I was jealous I wasn't in that video.
I don't know Greg Miller well. He
Yeah.
was just there to shoot that video, and like I was there happy to help.
Yeah. You guys have oddly the same color, very pasty
And you
white
didn't even
skin tone.
bother putting on a different voice either.
And you clearly didn't. And you also didn't take your glasses off from the. Are they still underneath that? Oh no! Okay, you just have very.
Glasses on here. These
Whoever
are
you are is
lenses.
just
You've
very
seen Spider-Man
pronounced.
lenses before. That's
very
what it is,
pronounced
you know what
eye
I mean?
sockets.
Yeah. Huh. You guys raised interesting points about being
Good show, man.
A lot of good things happening right now.
Bye, Spider-Man.
So back to Preacher for 1 second, and then we'll go through the rigmarole of, and we'll get you guys to the real content here. But so what is the show? How does the show deal with that? Like,
Yeah,
what
okay.
the fuck is the show about?
All right, so the show is about a holy war, but the first season. So I should preface this with saying I grew up in a Christian household, so it's really fun
too. I was very Catholic.
to watch that kind of stuff and be like, oh man, because like I already sort of know the source material of where they're coming from.
Sure.
So it's really fun to watch a television show that's super violent, super gory, and trying to push the envelope, but also about Christianity and Catholicism and all that other stuff. I like that a lot. That said, the first season's pretty boring.
Okay.
Just all the way around. They're looking for. They're trying to figure out where God has gone, which I think is an interesting.
That's kind of the overarching thing in the book as well.
which I like.
He has does he have the God power in this?
He does have the God power.
word
He
of
has
God or
where he
whatever,
can
okay.
like make people do whatever he wants by
Yeah.
talking, which is cool. And it takes a long time for that season to build up, but once you do, 8, 9, 10 of season 1 are pretty good. Which got me really excited for season 2 because I'd heard season 2 is where the graphic novel actually starts.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So apparently season 1 is like almost like a prequel.
The graphic novel starts with them sitting in a diner and being like, how the fuck did all of this happen? And then they go back and they tell how all of them came together. So
And they kind of show that in
and so
season
they show
1.
him in the town with all of his people. The
Yeah.
fuck do they call
What-
them? Pastors? No.
Not
Parish.
parish. Yeah, his church.
His church.
Yeah.
Yeah, his followers. They show that. They show Tulip
Yeah.
kind of in her old life doing whatever's going on there, and then Cassidy, and you get a little bit of his backstory. But
And they
that's
do a
it.
little bit of that.
What's
and
the vampire?
Cassidy.
And then season two is now they're going to New Orleans to basically try and find God personally and talk to him about what's happening and sort of figure out why he's not around.
Okay.
That kind of thing.
So it sounds like it's following the story somewhat.
No, it is.
Is there a Saint of Killers?
Is there what?
Saint of Killers.
Yeah. Well, he's the guy from I think he's from Hell.
Yes.
That's like basically.
The guy who was too bad for hell, so they brought him out. And
he's
they told
awesome.
him- yeah, and the angels sent him to kill.
There's lots of really cool concepts in
It's
the
great,
show.
yeah, and that's the thing. I think you should read the graphic novel.
Okay, all right.
Because I feel like the graphic novel moves faster than the show could.
The show's hard. The show is hard to watch at times because it's so slow, but then also it's really fast. So it's like this. It's weird pacing, and I kind of feel bad for Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg because the graphic novel is so highly regarded.
Yeah.
And the pacing in the show. It's obvious they're like, there's this really cool, like, I love when, what's his name, Assface is going to,
Yeah.
he goes to hell and visits knows Hitler.
Yeah.
Right? And they like become friends and stuff. I was like, that's really cool. That's a really cool concept.
Right.
After about an episode of it, you're like, all right, I got it. Like,
Yeah,
let's move on.
One of the things I realized
So-
about the book, reading it again, was I was like, oh, like the first volume of it's very fucking long. It's like 351 pages.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I didn't get through all of them. I got through.
Christ, Nick.
It's very long. I got through a good 3/4 of the book, but I was like, this is enough for me to talk about. This is good. But I do want to go back and read. That's the thing. I want to go back and read the rest of it now. I'm back into it, largely because it does move very fast. It gives you something fucking crazy every like 3 pages or 4 pages.
The show-
and at times it's a little too much. Like what Kevin's saying is it can be a little too much.
Yeah.
But
The show doesn't do that.
that's AMC's style.
It is
And they gotta
AMC
stop
style,
doing
and
that
I don't
shit.
like it.
No.
Because that's why I stopped The Walking Dead.
Remember, like when you watched Mad Men, and you just stare at Don Draper for like 55 minutes, and
And I
he'd say
didn't-
something, and that was the end of the episode.
That's why I stopped watching Mad Men. I watched
Yeah.
about 7 episodes of that. I was like, this is boring. I'm bored.
It was
Boring.
It was.
Yeah.
I found it riveting because I was like, I get this style, and I was knee deep in. You'll have to remember that's the Mad Men Breaking Bad era.
No,
So,
yeah. I
we
watched
had both
Breaking
those
Bad
going on.
but Breaking Bad petered off for me too.
Season 4, man.
Yeah,
Slow
I
down.
watched 3 seasons of that show. I was like, this is the greatest
There you
show in
go,
the world.
season 4.
4th season, I was just like, get to the fucking story.
Yeah.
I was like, get to the story.
What?
Woo,
It's a great show. It's a great show. It's
If you remember,
yeah, absolutely, I did.
Okay.
it got way
What is it
faster
about season
toward
five?
the end.
Season 5, it got faster towards the end, but the beginning of season 5 is nothing. It's nothing.
Isn't it? Well, the last season's him in the fucking cabin for
yeah.
like 15 episodes,
Yeah.
and then finally does something.
What do you think about The Departed?
I like The Departed. It's a movie though. It's 2.5 hours.
Do you love The Departed?
I don't
Do you
love
think he
it,
should
but I
have
think
won an
it's
Academy Award for The Departed? Or should he have one for Wolf of Wall Street?
He was
A by
great.
far superior film.
he should have won for Wolf of Wall Street.
Wall Street for sure.
Yes,
The
he should have
Departed
won.
is an amazing film.
But The Departed's an amazing film.
Thank you.
I watched it over and over. It's great.
Thank you.
I know he doesn't. I know he doesn't like it.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
I
of
know he doesn't
Departed.
like it. I think it's a good movie.
It's
I mean, Scorsese very rarely fucks up.
the thing about.
I haven't seen Silence though. So.
No, I haven't seen
shit, I
Silence
really
either.
wanna watch
The thing about
Silence.
I'm not gonna go into The Departed. It's just gonna
Yeah,
get it's gonna get me
don't
hot.
Don't get into the
It's gonna get me
party,
hot.
You're gonna get hot.
And he's gonna do that stupid laugh that he's doing right now.
Alec Baldwin is sweaty, bumping into
Also,
people.
God, he was so
That's why
sweaty in that movie. He was so. They put him in the seat. They put everyone around him. It generated heat. He couldn't get away from him. He was just bumping into shit, and he's joking around the entire time. Mark Wahlberg's like there for no fucking reason, to serve zero purpose, and then he ices the guy at the end. You're like, he just killed someone. He's a murderer.
That's the point. That's
Yeah.
the point of the movie.
they're all-
What? There is no point of the movie. It's dumb. It's a bad Reservoir Dogs knockoff.
You didn't get it. It's fine. It's not a big
I
deal.
literally,
get it.
I
You didn't
literally,
get it.
I'm the
You
first
didn't
person to
get it.
admit I did not get The Departed.
There you go.
Oh, well,
I
that's
did
the
not
problem.
get. I didn't
That's why
get
you didn't like it.
I didn't get the tone of it. I didn't understand why it was quasi-comical. I was like, is this a comedy?
Let me ask you this: did you get Inception the first time you saw it?
Yeah, it's fucking. I'm not an idiot. Like I'm. Cool.
Oh, okay, good. Because some people didn't, and when they watched, it, I was like, "That was stupid."
No, well,
and you asked them what happened, they're like, "I don't know."
Nolan-
And I'm like,
here's
"Oh, well,
the
there's
deal.
the problem."
Nolan gets a good 10 to 15 points of credit in my book.
Me too.
So I go in and I'm like,
Me too.
I'm gonna like this film.
Yeah,
Like, what did you think of Interstellar?
I liked Interstellar's a little long. I liked it
very
though.
long.
and I was
And the sound mixes in his movies. So whoever mixes the
No.
sound in his movies needs to be fucking like get it taken out of the industry. Because
What?
dude, go back and watch
No,
Interstellar again. You're like, if you're with someone and they're trying not to pay attention to or they're trying to sleep in the next room, they will fucking hate you because the music
not the way
is
those movies-
so loud.
Those
and
movies
they're-
are not designed to be watched that
No, no,
way.
but the
They're not
dialogue-
designed to be watched in like while you're on your phone
Here's the
cooking
part.
food.
That's not what I mean.
Beautiful parts
What
of
I mean-
Interstellar was when there was no noise at all. When it was just silence.
Right, and that's great. But and the dialogue kicks in, and they're talking like. Ah! Is the next fucking sound effect,
I know
right?
what
And
he's
you're like,
talking
God,
about.
Jesus
I know
Christ,
what
right?
he's talking
I saw
about.
Interstellar in the theaters, and I had to
think
cover my
that- well,
fucking ears.
The issue is we went to IMAX and our IMAX.
No, it was the same with
IMAX
Dunkirk.
is
He
too
just
loud.
loves mixing his
Did you
movies.
watch that in IMAX also?
Yeah, it's fucking
I
dope.
love that
Yeah,
shit.
the same
I love that
IMAX,
shit.
right?
Love it.
I love that
great.
shit.
It's
That's
too
the
loud.
point.
They blast that shit
Too
too
loud? How old are you? That's the
No,
point.
the IMAX
Turn
they
off
crank
your
it up.
goddamn rock music
Yeah,
and
what
get
is
off
your-
my
what is
lawn,
your
you fucking
guys'
kids.
problem?
Also, The
Wrap this
Departed,
show up.
not that great. We gotta wrap this show up. I'm sorry, guys. Let's read some tips real quick, and then we will go into PS I Love You. We'll give away
You
a
gotta
game.
read the cheers too.
Oh shit, there's a lot of them today. Mr. Yasman has. Is this right? No, so I'll just start it today, whatever today is. I don't know how to read the cheers. Does that go through Muxy?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's go to Miss Seven.
Hate him.
Says,
top
hello, my
left.
beautiful, kind of funny family. Sorry, I can't watch live. I missed the live shenanigans, but here's my question. If Nick and Bruce had a baby, would it be straight up? Would it?
be a beard? Because we're both white guys with beards.
Would it straight up be a beard?
Yeah.
Love all you all.
Yes.
I mean, it would have a beard probably because we're hairy mongrels. Would it be?
Right away.
Would it be gay and consider itself a beard?
No, Jesus
I don't know.
Christ. No one was
I
asking
see. I see.
that.
He's
Is that
going
what
with the
I
beard.
think that's what he was saying.
He went with the beard meaning.
Yes.
I get it.
Our son would be whatever our son wants to be. We would support all of his decisions because
cheers
we
are-
love each other and we love our child. And if you fucking can't deal with that, you're a fucking monster and you need to go to therapy. You need to do some work on yourself.
You guys have great beards.
We do have great beards. We're the best beards in the fucking industry. Boom.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Wow, that's really nice of you.
IDA91 has given us a tip. It says, haven't watched live in a while. Was on a trip to South Africa, but you guys have been killing it lately, so I wanted to show some support here as a taste of what I've seen in South Africa. And he gave us a little tiny URL link to that.
I wouldn't
it's
click
really
that if I
pretty.
were you.
No, it's really pretty. Look at this.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
my
I was really worried.
God, he was like, hey, we need your social security number. That's stunning.
That's beautiful.
Don't show that to my wife because she wants to go there so badly.
Take your wife.
But the way my wife likes to travel, it's going to cost me a lot of money. God bless her.
Okay.
Oh, cool. That was just a shot of Kevin's wife. That was great. Mr. Yasman 300 says, guys, Paramount clarified that Michael Bay is not producing Dora the Explorer movie, but his company Platinum Dunes and his producing partners Brad Fuller and Andrew Form are still involved with the movie. I don't fucking care about Dora the Explorer.
Matter.
I don't care if Michael Bay is directing the fucking thing.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's not going to be a good movie. Who cares?
It might.
Oh, I mean, it might.
know that.
But I don't know. Just because he's producing it doesn't mean he can't bring a good, talented team in that can tell a good story.
I agree.
You know?
I agree.
Whatever. Like, granted, the Pirates movie. Actually, no. The fucking last Pirates movie was actually pretty good.
I never saw it.
I was surprised.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
It was reminiscent of the first one.
It was way too
Really?
fucking long.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was way too long,
Okay.
and at the ending doesn't make a lot of sense, but whatever.
It doesn't matter. Panzer G2 says, Bruce, saw your Overwatch battle versus Game Grumps, and you were subbed.
Oh, were you subbed in
Oh,
Steven
were you subbed to
Subdeck?
Steven? Yeah, you just read these.
Oh, that's right.
Amazing content.
Would you consider subbing in Nick one? Do you play Overwatch?
No.
Oh.
No, if you remember, I think at the Let's Play Family Reunion, I jumped in and you made fun of me.
Absolutely, I did.
And I was like, I'll just be here
100%.
to warm you up. And you treated me like I was a child. You beat my ass like I was a kid.
Well, I mean, that's...
And you were the dad, and you were disappointed with me, and you took a fucking hand to me. You know
I
what
would
mean?
never,
I will
ever touch a child. I would never strike a
forget it.
child
And so when I get big
or a
and
woman.
famous,
Right.
I would never do that, ever.
Yeah, no,
Don't
just-
you ever say that about me again on the internet.
How dare you, sir?
Hit him.
Il Al says, Bruce, read like a rap.
All right, you want me to read it? Here we
Yeah,
go.
can you do this?
It's Nick and Bruce. Cut and loose on a cool kind of funhouse. So run out, bug out, and go start some trouble. Nick, face the camera and say your catchphrase.
Butthole.
That's your catchphrase?
Well, I don't have a lot here. I don't have a lot. I don't have a lot. That tip got duplicated twice. Il Al, make sure you didn't get charged twice for that. If you did, I don't know how to fix that. How do we read these stupid bits?
They're right in front of you. The only one that needs to be read is highlighted.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, guys. Paying my I won a giveaway tax on Tuesday. I found out that I won Xbox One X and Forza 7 from the Mountain Dew and Doritos Xbox One X win. What the fuck? Seriously? Win every hour contest here in Canada. I'm excited.
Cool.
Of course, Canada has a contest where someone wins every hour. So Canadian.
That's awesome, though.
It's great. Congratulations. You don't have to pay birthday tax for winning something, though. I don't like the birthday tax thing.
I don't think that
There's
was
a
a birthday
birthday
tax.
tax?
That
You
was a
want a
made-up
giveaway
tax, yeah.
That's like the same thing. Like taxing people. I don't get it. I'm
We
against
don't
taxes.
tax them. They're self-employed.
I'm against taxes.
All right, we are. This is very long. I'm really looking forward to this podcast later because I love hanging out with you. We've read
Nick,
tips.
That's really nice of you.
I don't know, man.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad you guys are coming out. I'm glad the Funhouse people are coming up. You guys are great.
We want to hang out. We like hanging out with you. We're always busy, so we
love
want to
it.
hang out.
I gotta remember next time I go to LA, I'm gonna hit you guys up.
What, are you fucking kidding me? Yes. Come by the office.
I'd love
It's
to.
in LA more than the rest of us.
Just,
I love LA.
oh, well, then, yeah, come to
the best
LA
place.
all the time.
Oh Jesus, for the love of God, Slimer! Where are all these people visiting from? And what have you done with Greg Miller?
Why is there...
It's me, Slimer.
Slimer's-
I heard I just missed Spider-Man. Where was he? Is he
Slimer's
still around?
green, not
Spider-Man
purple.
might still be around. I don't know if you can
Pink.
find him or not. Oh, I got slimed. I just got. Oh, I'm so funky. I feel so funky.
Ew! Why are you wearing a purple shirt, Slimer?
No, I'm Slimer.
It's a fuchsia shirt.
Whatever.
P.S. I love this best friend. XOXO is your opportunity to shout someone out in our community you feel is doing a great job, just like Ben Bellevue did
Oh, hell yeah.
for Rihanna Rihanna? How do you say this? Rihanna?
She says Rihanna, but I don't know if that's actually how you pronounce it.
Different.
Rihanna Manuel.
Oh, it's a
Says not only
different
did she
Rihanna.
offer a place for PAX Everybody's Golf Tournament, she was also just a super welcoming and friendly person. 10 out of 10 human being.
Wow.
That's great. I like hearing that.
really
this,
nice.
this is what we do. We do this little thing where, like, if people in the community think other people are doing a
Shout
great
'em
job,
out.
they can go to kindafunny.com/bestfriend and shout them out.
That's awesome.
I think it's really cool. Giveaway time. Go through this quick. No sponsors today. You guys lucked out. So we're just going to be giving away a game right now. We're giving away Songbringer on the PS4. Of course, if you're in the Twitch chat, you're entered to win. If you're a subscriber, you also get a chance to win. If you go to patreon.com/kindafunnygames or patreon.com/kindafunny, support us at the $2 above level. You also get entered to win. Today's winner comes from the Twitch chat. S. Dunny has one Songbringer for. S. Dunny, thank you so much for being with us today, watching live. We love you. Of course, we also love the people that subscribe to us on YouTube, and we love the people that subscribe to us here because you're the chosen few. And we'll get a chance to talk to you guys right now. But before we do that, let's go talk to the norms in the chat. We'll take 3 questions, comments, concerns, or compliments from normies, and then. I don't know why I like to. I just like to create the artificial competition.
I think, yeah, I mean, like, you're creating a class system.
He
Do you
sure
want
is.
that? Is that what you want? Okay.
I think that's just how the world works,
You
right?
got it. I mean, you know what, Nick? No, we're all equal in the eyes of the Lord.
I think that when things happen organically, they just happen organically.
It didn't happen organically. You made it happen.
Yeah, you actually made the class system yourself.
I mean, you know, I don't.
I guess that's organic to him.
Yeah, it's like I am an organism. N7 Optics says Bruce looks like a lean version of the guy from Bloodsport.
Oh yeah, yeah. So everybody keeps saying I look like. I think it's not Ogre.
Oh, it was the guy that played Ogre.
It's Ogre, right?
Yes.
Ogre from Bloodsport.
I for a second thought they were talking about Jean-Claude Van Damme. I was
wish.
like, what a fucking compliment.
No. He's got like a crazy mane.
I know
and a
exactly.
big beard.
Right. Yeah, it was the actor that played Ogre in Revenge of the Nerds. He
Yeah,
was,
yeah.
and he gets the spoilers, shit kicked out of him.
He does.
Bloodsport because he doesn't really have any technique.
He's just a big fat dude.
Yeah,
Who's like
and he goes up against someone who has technique and gets his fucking ass handed.
man.
That's why you got to train, baby. Nick, you are a normie like us, says Nate Sticker. It's true.
That's right. You are a
I'm a
normie.
fucking I fucked myself on this. I leaned so heavy into this joke, not thinking, and I just I just fucked myself.
You could literally right now in front of everyone show them how easy it is to sign up for it.
Show's running long. I gotta go into it. Let's take one more question. Actually, let's go to sub-bully mode right now.
Oh wait, are we going to the non-normies?
We're going to the fucking chosen few, baby, the golden children.
Okay, all right.
I call them the golden child. All of them together. They're just one amazing
Really
group of human
bad.
beings.
That's really bad.
I know. Bruce, who are the greatest rock bands of all time? Says Greedy Ears.
The greatest. I
your
can't
top three.
say.
Give me top three.
I can't say that. One of them is Refused. Have you ever heard of Refused?
No.
They are a hardcore band from the late '90s.
Okay.
From Sweden, and they, I believe, have influenced so much rock music in the future, and nobody knows who they are. Well, not nobody, but they're relatively popular.
Wow.
These are just bands that I like, though.
Sure.
They're not. I'm not saying they're the
we don't
best
have to
bands
rank
in
the
the world.
greatest. Just throw out some bands you like.
Queen.
Queen is great.
One of the greatest rock bands
Are you
of all
excited
time.
about the Queen biopic?
Yeah!
Yeah, absolutely Queen. Yeah, 100%. Is there a Queen biopic?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
The guy from Mr. Robot, the main character, Mr. Robot's playing.
Rami Malek. He's playing Freddie Mercury. Oh,
And
that's a perfect
have you seen the
year.
picture of him? He
No.
looks fucking spot on.
I didn't know that.
It is wild.
Okay, all right.
Of course, you put that mustache on anyone, they're gonna kind of look like Freddie Mercury.
Yeah,
You know.
that's true.
But
Is there a third band that I'm into here? I mean, like, I love Boston, but Boston's not one of the greatest rock bands.
Boston is a great rock band.
They're a great rock band, but
But they're kind of ranked in the same like Boston Foreigner.
right, like they're all kind of in that same level.
Yeah, they're all that like
There's
they're all like
Queen, like transcended.
Queen was Queen's pantheon.
I mean,
Level.
obviously,
Zeppelin pantheon.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I was gonna say Led Zeppelin. I'm not gonna say the Beatles because everybody says the Beatles.
That was the Beatles.
Yeah.
What do you come down to the Rolling Stones?
Man, they start.
about-
I feel like they helped start the genre and honestly popularize it. I get that.
I feel like musically, I've never been in Rolling Stones. I just never
It's
thought
the
they
same
had
with
the
me.
same chops.
And I think we just missed it. I think when they started is when obviously we weren't alive. So
Yeah.
it's like one of those things where like we missed the fact that they changed things.
But I go back and I try to be influenced by bands from the past. You
Yeah,
hear
me
these
too.
songs. Led Zeppelin is still to this day
Yeah.
like one of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
Right. You get back into Queen. You get into some of the older rock bands from the 80s and 70s. I try to listen to Rolling Stones and I'm just like, no, there's nothing there for me, unfortunately.
Yep.
Same with Pink Floyd. I hate to say it. I know Pink Floyd is a phenomenal band. I just cannot get into it.
I feel the same way.
Cannot get
I
into
feel
it.
the same way.
All right, a couple more questions, and then we'll wrap this bitch up. Nick, how do you feel about dramas incorporating comedy intermittently? For example, the Mad Men episode with the tractor. I mean, when comedy is used right, it's used right.
It's still
when
funny.
it's not, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's still funny.
There you go. Takes LSD Kid says the Boston audio engineer was my teacher in school.
Whoa,
That's pretty cool.
that is really cool. You should ask him if he did any drugs with Boston.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Probably. And Quiacora1 says, Nick, wrap it up. So there you go. I'll go ahead and wrap this
Is
up.
she a
ladies
live
and gentlemen.
producer? Or?
I mean, I think I give the audience what they want, especially the chosen few. You know what I mean? These are the people who are
Understood.
out there.
That's understood.
They're out there every day,
I like Nick a lot.
remembering to use that Amazon Prime to resub their Twitch Prime, and we
so
appreciate
easy.
you.
You can do it
And
right
we
now
love
in
you.
front of everyone.
I could try. I could sure try. I'll do it later. Maybe not. Maybe over some Dos Charles. I love you guys. Thank you so much, Bruce. Thank you for joining me. I will see
Wait,
you.
hold on. What are we gonna do? This,
What you doing?
and then this,
Yeah.
and then that.
There it
All
is. There
right,
it is.
good.
Ladies and gentlemen, stick around. Andrew Renee will be right back with Greg Miller for the Kind of Funny Games Daily. Is she looking at me sternly? Yeah.